Hey guys, it's Kiera and welcome back to my channel, Dreams of Kiera. I'm so glad that you are here today. And I don't know, I've just been having kind of this weird revelation thing going on today, and I kind of wanted to share it with you all. Mainly the ladies, of course. If men you're watching, this is great for you too, but this is mainly for the ladies because I know how difficult it can be navigating new relationships with men that we like, especially when it comes to the idea of men and their money and sex. Like all three of these things, right? It's just like it causes a lot of problems. Okay, so let's just get into it, right? So I've been noticing this dynamic amongst many beautiful confident women, right? Where we kind of want to do this trade-off with men where it's like how do I put this? We want a man to spend his money on us. Like, that's what we desire as women. We just want men to spend their money on us and prove to us that they like us and that they're interested in us in the way that they claim to be interested in us. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? I do believe that men should prove that they want to be with us. They do have to work to be with us. I'm not negating any of that. So that is absolutely 100% true. But women, we tend to do this trade-off where since we want money and we want nice things so badly, and we're not trusting God to give us the life that we want, or we're not really willing to work a little bit to get the life that we want. So instead of, and I'm not saying like we have to be a construction worker or anything, right? Like, I'm not saying that kind of work, you guys. But what I'm saying is that we don't want to work on ourselves, our inner work. And instead, we want a man to just come down and poof down and magically save us from this messed up life that we have on the inside of us that no one can really fix but God and ourselves. But we look to men to kind of make our external life better through them spending their money on us, right? And so this trade-off happens where we want it so badly that we're willing to do anything to get that satisfaction and to get a man to spend his money on us so that we feel better about ourselves. And so what happens is that just like in the same way the world teaches men to look at women as sexual objects, right? The same thing happens with women where the world is teaching women to look at men just purely for their money, that men are just financial lenders to us, and that's all they're good for. Like, men aren't good for love, they aren't good for anything else, just their money. I don't believe that's true. I do believe that's what the world teaches us women, and I think that this kind of trade-off behavior that we have going on, it doesn't help us foster the relationship that we really want and desire with a man, because it has kind of programmed our brains to only look at men for this reason and this reason alone. And so what ends up happening is many times we have to become overtly sexual to men with money, and we have to do the absolute most to get a man sexually interested in us so that he can spend his money on us. And although these tactics work, right? Apparently they work. Women can get a lot of money off of doing these things, but I think that the misconceptions are not being told in truth behind the actual consequences of this behavior amongst us women. I do believe that there is a part of a woman that is severely hurt and that is severely just damaged and broken and not really fulfilled at all through having sex for money. This is not for every woman. I'm not here to judge you. If that's what you do, I'm definitely not here to judge you. But what I'm saying is, deep down on the inside, I think every woman really does desire a real relationship with a man that is not conditional based on sex. And it's kind of hard because the world pretty much makes it out to seem that it's either you're having sex for money and you're gonna get it that way, or there's no other alternative and you're just gonna be broke with a deadbeat. And I don't think you have to be broke with a deadbeat guy at all. So I completely don't think that that has to be your alternative. But regardless, I just really want to encourage women to kind of give God a chance to enter into your relations between men and yourself, and allow God to reveal to you who they are without having to have sex with them, and without this insatiable need to have money and nice things at this very moment and second. Like, it has to be right now. Like, God teaches us to be patient. He teaches us to wait on him, and he teaches us to trust him. And I feel like a lot of this behavior comes from the fact that we don't trust that God is going to give us the life that we want, and we don't trust God to give us the money that we desire. And so we kind of do all these extra things in our own power and in our own will to, you know, kind of control the trajectory of our lives, right? And so basically, yeah, I just wanted to encourage us women to kind of just start trusting God. And sorry guys, I'm like fixing my hair. Just trust God to give us what we want, because when you remain purely confident in your feminine energy, right, you're gonna meet a man that not only wants to spend his money on you, not only wants to be generous with you, but you're also gonna meet a man that really does love you for who you are, and it's not based off of what you can do for him sexually. It will truly be based off of just your energy and your essence and your beauty and your spirit, and that you two are just meant to be together because God has brought you together, and you have both been trusting and patient enough to allow that to come into fruition and allow that bond to be made. And this same thing goes for men. Like, you know, you can't be expecting us women to just have sex with you right off the bat. And don't think that money entices every woman, because it doesn't. Unfortunately, it doesn't. A lot of women are making their own money these days, so we're not really looking for that, okay? So and yeah, so I hope that, you know, this pretty much made sense to you guys. I'm going to revisit this subject again, but I just really wanted to get the conversation started here. I love you ladies so much. I just want to see you win, and I want to see us pretty much just living our best life and with the man that we want to be with, okay? And it doesn't have to be what the world is projecting it out to be. It's a lot more that goes into it. It's a lot more consequences that go into it. I love you guys so much. Have a great day, and protect yourselves and be safe, and I love you lots. Mwah.